Hello, Andy here with another video of things. Right, I threatened this video about a couple of weeks ago as a kind of companion to the freebie DVD one that I did. These are the freebie CDs. So sit back, enjoy, despair, mixture of both, maybe neither. Who knows? It's entirely up to you. So the first one I'm going to show you, this is in no particular order, just what I've selected, how I picked them up basically. The Chemical Brothers, may surprise some of you, from the Sunday Times. There's a track listing there, just if you're interested in that at all. So there's that. Something to be a surprise to know, which is a Doctor Who audio book, which was written specifically for audio reading. Pest Control by Peter Angelides from the Daily Telegraph, read by David Tennant. So that's that. That's actually part two, because I've got part one on the back here, which is this is the Doctor Who The Runaway Train, again from the Daily Telegraph. Yes, the Daily Telegraph, by Ollie Smith, read by Matt Smith. So that's no relation to Ollie or the other, and that's part one of Pest Control. So that's that. It opens up like that. So you've got, I know some people are interested in kind of the details of that, so that's okay. An audio recording, a fan-made audio recording of a otherwise missing Doctor Who episode from the 1960s, Mission to the Unknown. And what's unique about this is the Doctor doesn't feature in it at all. It's all about the Daleks. The Doctor doesn't feature in it at all, or any of the companions. This is an actually a prequel to a later story, a bit later on. So it's always exciting. And that's the back again. So that's that. And here's one that might surprise some of you: the best of the classical Brits, from the Mail on Sunday. So there's some nice stuff on here. You know, it's listenable. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. But people like Leslie Garrett and Farrell Smith and Catherine Jenkins and that. So yeah, no, it's pleasant enough. News of the World with Divas, which has got all manner of things on it. Pink and Avril Lavigne and Natalie Imbruglia. And rather hilariously, the True Step is featuring Dame Bowers and Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham, of course, later of the Spice Girls. So yes, Dionne Warwick as well, which is probably embarrassed to be on there, frankly. A giveaway version from the Mail on Sunday of Blondie's Parallel Lines, great album. It's really, really good. There's the back cover of that. I Select Bowie, again from the Mail on Sunday. Now, just for the record, I'm not a Mail reader at all. I can't abide it, but they have some decent CDs on there, and a lot of these are either given to me or got from charity shops or something. So there's that, and then that's sort of the back of there. So it's just a nice sort of compilation of David Bowie. And personal collection, Blondie, 10-track collector's album. What's interesting about this is that there are some tracks by the Jazz Passengers featuring Deborah Harry. It's called the 4 play tracks. We just played them 4 times and then they're deleted off the CD, I think. Bit of a point, isn't it? So slightly early in the season, but again from the Mail on Sunday, Christmas with the Choir, the ACM Gospel Choir. I'm not religious. I don't believe in God, but I quite like gospel music. So there we are. All Saints, all hits. Again, this is if you like All Saints, good. If you don't bother. Alright, a couple of songs I like. Never Ever I really enjoy. Anarchy in the UK. I think this is volume 1. So it's 30 years of punk. So you've got the Sex Pistols and the Damned and the Stranglers and all that sort of on there. It's a good album. Summer Nights, Daily Mail. This is stuff that's sort of stuff by the Drifters, National Gilberto and Roy Orbison. Stranglers again. You know, Boys to Men. So yeah, it's interesting stuff on there. The Sun and the News of the World. The News of the World was a sister paper to the Sun at the time. It's since folded due to some scandal. But it's a double album. And you got that, and you got all the tracks on there, which is nice. You know, you got all sorts of different stuff on there. Marvin Gaye, Vic Cassidy, Incognito, Future Sound of London. Oh yes, summer collection. This was OK magazine. Okay, I don't think I ever bought OK magazine. It was there. And there's that. You got Cyndi Lauper on here, La Belle, The Weather Girls, The Emotions. Let's see, back of that. So that's that. Another one from Daily Mail, Summer Breeze, which again, yes, it's got some good stuff on it. Rock and Roll is King A.L.O., Lido Shuffle by Boz Scaggs, The Lovely Day, Bill Withers, which is practically everything. Marvellous by Lightning Seeds, Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins. So good stuff on there. This is a collection of Stranglers by the Mail on Sunday. Again, some good stuff on there, Golden Brown and all that. So really good. The Specials, a live album from the Specials, who are a band from the sort of the late 70s, early 80s, Special aka and the Specials. No, for kind of a two-tone kind of thing. And they've got things on here like Message to You, Rudy, and Too Much Too Young. So it's good sort of stuff there. Again, Spandau Ballet's True. A good album from the 80s. You know, I don't think it deserves the praise it gets, but you know, it's a good album. And that's the back of that. So that's Soul Sensations, volumes 1 and 2, I believe. Yeah. So they've that. Pardon me. And there's that. And that's the track listing. There. That's all good. The People, now defunct magazine, newspaper. And here you've got the Soul Collection, and you've got hits by Sam and Dave, the Shirelles, Bob and Earl, Benny King. And one of my favourite things that a lot of these used to have is sort of breaking acts, or the sort of stuff that they could put on without having to pay the artists. And you had groups like Perfect Summer or Starshy or Gid Sanchez, Freefall. You have a look at that there. Mail on Sunday, The Soldiers, love songs. So that's basically a group of soldiers who could sing, who did cover versions of various songs by Elton John and Rod Stewart and Lionel Richie and all that. So yeah, so that's that. Slade, I mentioned Slade in a previous video. That's a great band, great rock and roll band, and this has got sort of stuff on it. I think this is a live album. It is a live album. You've got versions here: Come On, Feel the Noise, Far Far Away, Goodbye to Jane, Take Me Back Home, Mama We're All Crazy Now, and of course Merry Christmas Everybody. So that's good stuff. Daily Express, the 70s disco. Got Rose Royce and Kool and the Gang and Van McCoy and the Buggles. It was always a disco track, wasn't it? Video Killed the Radio Star Disco. And again, you've got a few sort of unknown acts on here. Duffman and Soul Service and John Sinclair and what have you. So possibly inspired by the John Lennon song of the same name, John Sinclair. Solid Gold, Dancing in the Streets from Daily Mail. So yeah, you've got Love Really Hurts Without You and Billy Ocean and Denise Williams for the Boy. Give It Up, Casey and the Sunshine Band. So there's good stuff on here. It's not a great album, but it's decent, it's good stuff. And again, from the, again, I have to have a look at, I don't know what that's from. Let's see if it says on the, I don't know. Sunday Magic, anyway, obviously from a Sunday newspaper. So you got people like the Supremes with You Can't Hurry Love, you know, Rescue Me by Fontella Bass, Crazy for You by Let Loose, which was a decent sort of mid-90s pop song. It doesn't really get a lot of play now, which is odd. Sunday Times again with the Sunday Playlist, the Ultimate Indie Collection. And you got stuff by people like The Killers and Razorlight, Dirty Pretty Things, No and the Whale, and perhaps my favourite band name ever, Jolene and the Jing Jang Jong. I don't know why I like that, I just do. Jing Jang Jong sounds fun to say. So Best of Tennessee C Live, so live versions of I'm Not in Love and Dreadlock Holiday and so on. So that's pretty decent. 3 AM Party, this is from the Mirror. And you got Cool and the Gang, Buggles, Jackson 5, so on and so forth. So yes, there's a compilation, it's not bad. True Brits, News of the World. So you got Mystique, Scandalous, Duran Duran, You Mean on Monday, Paul Weller on here, David Gray, Baby Birds, Spandau Ballet. So a nice eclectic mix there. Daily Mirror's Weekend Magic with stuff from the Lighthouse Family and Squeeze and Yaz and Aswad and Status Quo with the Beach Boys. Yes. Slightly scraping the bottom of the barrel slightly there, but yeah, it's alright. Good Vibrations, Brian Wilson and this is mainly sort of Brian Wilson either doing sort of Beach Boys stuff or there's a version of the California Girls and Wouldn't It Be Nice and Good Vibrations. God only knows. But a track that's really good on here, which I really, really like, is Love and Mercy, which is from a 1990 solo album, I think. No, it was. Called Brian Wilson. Worth checking out. Now, so you've got the Mail on Sunday, UB40. I have a feeling this was one of the last things that Ali Campbell did with the band. So you've got Food for Thought and 1 in 10, Homely Girl, Cherry O Baby, that sort of thing. So Red Wine is on there, Rat in My Kitchen. But that's Tina Turner, Private Dancer. It's a Tina Turner album. It's alright, you know. So versions of songs by, you know, there's a version of Help, the Beatles song Help, there's a version of 1984 by David Bowie, you know, the title track by Mark Knopfler, Dire Straits, so Bonnie Tyler, Faster Than the Speed of Night, Daily Mail copy, again. If you like sort of Jim Steinman kind of sort of meatloafy kind of stuff, but with a female Welsh accent, that's the one to go for. Another UB41 24/7, which, you know, is, yeah, I think this was the last album that Ali Campbell was involved in. Yeah, so there's some interesting stuff on there. The soundtrack to the film Oliver, which is a good film. I'll stand by that. Remembering Lennon and the Beatles from the Sunday Express. You have to forgive some of this is a bit dusty. I've not had time to sort of properly, and that's the rather mucky second volume, which I do have somewhere, but I'll have to sort of pop it in there if I find it. Sunday Mirror, Easy Sunday. So again, Always the Sun by the Stranglers, stuff by Electric Light Orchestra, Al Green, Paul Weller, Bobby Gentry. There we are. Daily Express again, Essential Easy Listening Collection. So that's got stuff by Bing Crosby and No Offense for You, and it's a great song, love that. Judy Garland's You'll Never Walk Alone, I Get a Kick Out of You by Ethel Merman. So yeah, Trains and Boats and Planes by Billy J. Kramer. So some stuff on there. There's some stuff on there. So I just uttered that sentence. The Telegraph with Essential Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr., which has got material by those three. Come Fly With Me, Mabo Italiano, Love and Marriage, These Foolish Things, that sort of thing. So that's good stuff, you know. If you like that sort of thing, that's the one. That's not so bad. Essential 70s Collection, Volume 3, Daily Express with the wonderful face of Tony Blackburn pointing at you madly. And it's got stuff by the Detroit Spinners and Gloria Gaynor and so on. And then stuff by unknown bands like sort of Tony Clearview Jr. and Universe and Star Cruiser. So that's all very exciting. Fantastic Sunday from the Daily Mirror. Apparently I have a Microsoft account problem, which is what that ping was. Have you heard it? That's got Perfect by Fairground Attraction on it, Moving Up on Them People, Blow Monkeys. That's a band name, not an instruction. Yes, Peter Gabriel. I'm not sure what the album's actually called, but from the Mail on Sunday, verses of Father, Son, Sledgehammer, Salisbury Hill, Don't Give Up. So yeah, it's all good. I think it's called Secret World, the album, I'm not sure. Noel Gallagher, live at the Royal Albert Hall. The Dreams We Have as Children. The Mail on from the Sunday Times. Good album. He was still with Oasis at this point, but because shortly after this he went on to form Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. The Very Best of Art Garfunkel, Across America. So I think this is a live album. It's a double album. And there's two of them, so that's quite good. You know, all sorts of stuff on there. Cecilia, Bridge Over Troubled Water, April Comes She Will, Feeling Groovy. All that's all right. Genesis, which I think is a combination of sort of live albums and sort of certain album tracks, and that's all live performances and certain album tracks. That's all right. If you like Genesis, good. Yes, fine. From Uncut Magazine, Give Peace a Chance. So a series of songs inspired by John Lennon's sort of earlier political standpoint. So you've got tracks by Robert Plant and Julian Cope, Robert Wyatt, Roy Harper. So it's all interesting stuff. Daily Mail, Heart and Soul, which, you know, is there. And there's that there. So you've got tracks by Sly and the Family Stone and Luther Vandross and what have you. It's all good. I've covered my face there, which can't be a bad thing. Sunday Express, Heart and Soul, a Valentine's collection. Volume 1. I don't have Volume 2, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. You've got stuff like Phyllis Nelson, Jerry and the Pacemakers. Jerry and the Pacemakers doing Unchained Melody, which isn't as good as you think it is. As you think it would be. And you don't think it's going to be very good either. And then you've got, so that's kind of that. Pop that like that. There you go. So you can see that. There you go. That. Hot Chocolate, Hottest Hits. So you've got a, you know, You Sexy Thing. It started with a kiss. Everyone's a Winner. Emma's on here. I'll Put You Together Again, which I think is one of their best songs. So there's that. From Doctor Who magazine. Yes, I collect Doctor Who magazine. From nearly 10 years ago now. There's a Big Finish audio Cuddlesome featuring the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison. It's good, actually, very good. Based on a fan-produced audio from years ago. We have Feast of the Drowned by Stephen Cole, which is an audio book. It's part 2. There's part 1 here, and they are read by David Tennant, and they are that's an actual novel that's being read out loud. So David Tennant's reading out loud to us from a book that was already written. Isn't that nice of him? Just a sort of documentary kind of, and what Big Finish is all about, and Doctor Who was from Doctor Who magazine again, so it's limited interest. Another Doctor Who CD. This one was an audio adventure released in 1986, I think, 85, 86, and that was written by Eric Saywood, who was script editor at the time. Yes, sorry. Yeah. And another one which was written by, no idea. Yes, Exploration Earth, featuring the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane Smith. Crooners, Volume 1, Daily Express. There we go. We've only got the one on here, so you've got Come Fly With Me and Unforgettable and What I've Got in Mind, Jeepers Creepers. So it's good stuff. Ray Davies's of the Kinks, Working Man's Cafe, which has got some interesting stuff on there. Vietnam Cowboys, Morphine Song, Imaginary Man. So it's all good. Crosby, Stills and Nash. Yeah. So there's that. I just Love the One You're With and Marrakesh Express, Lay Me Down, Sweet, Judy Blue Eyes, and the Big Time Foreplay. I've just got that. They got Wounded World and Feed the People and Milky Way Tonight, and so that's that. Let's move that across there. Best of Movie Tunes, Volume 1. And what's interesting about this is there are, you got things like Stand By Me with Benny King and Drop Dead Gorgeous by Republica, and then then the rest of it is pretty much classical stuff. So Xenopody No. 1 by Satie, Handel's Concerto Grosso Opus 6, Bach's Air, Hallelujah, of course, by Handel. So there's nice stuff on there. From NME, Best New Bands Showcase 2006. And you got people on here like The Dirty Pretty Things, Hot Chip, Forward Russia, Wolf Mother. So yes, it's a nice, it's a good album. Bee Gees, which I think is a live compilation. Drive Talking, To Love Somebody, I Started a Joke, in Massachusetts. So yes, it's all good stuff. Beach Boys, Good Vibrations, Help Me Rhonda. Yeah, yes, on there. Sleep John B. So good stuff. The second volume of the Anarchy in the UK. That's on there. Got Ian Jury on the Blockheads and the Vibrators and Jilted John, Stiff Little Fingers. It's all good. Clarkson Rocks. So Jeremy Clarkson of Top Gear fame in the UK, or the Grand Tour as it now is on in Amazon. And you got people like The Darkness and Meatloaf and the Cardigans, Wheatus, sort of things. That's all good. Jean-Michel Jarre's Oxygen. Great cover that. Now this was this isn't a freebie or a thing. It was compiled by my sister for my youngest's first Christmas, I think it was. Or no, it wasn't his first Christmas, but it was one of his early ones. And it's just that's what he used to look like years ago. Well, say years ago, about 8 years ago. And there's introduced a load of stuff on here by Lady Gaga and Black Eyed Peas and Chipmunk and Leona Lewis and so on, because that was the sort of thing he was jigging around to at the time. A version of Vivaldi's Four Seasons, Nigel Kennedy on violin, made on Sunday. Not wrong with that at all. Very good. Mail on Sunday's The Last Dance. And you got some good stuff on here. The Look of Love by Dusty Springfield. Never Tear Us Apart by NXS. ABC All of My Heart. All sorts of great things on there. Some not straight away things as well, like Uncle Bert Humperdinck. You can do without him, frankly. Daily Mail, Drive Time, Classic Hits. And it's got stuff like The Fine Young Cannibals, The Cars, Chris Rea, Shakespeare's Sister. All good. The Doors, Strange Days. Very good album, that. Sunday Express duets. So we've got Robson and Jerome, Kenny Rogers and Sheena Easton, Peebo Bryson and Roberta Flack, Tammy Terrell, Marvin Gaye. There's some good stuff on there. Saturday night, Sunday morning, Mail on Sunday. And you've got the Daily Mail and the Mail on Sunday. Got stuff on there. Mavericks, Terence Trent D'Arby, Kate Bush, okay, Katie Melua, sorry. You got those sorts of stuff. Yes, that's all good. John Lennon compilation from the Mail on Sunday, which is very good, as you'd imagine. It's got yes, good stuff on there. Just Power to the People, Jealous Guy, New York City, that sort of thing. It's not a greatest hit. It's sort of some stuff you wouldn't normally hear, which is quite good. Tom Jones, volumes 1 and 2. Oh yes. Yeah, so you got stuff here. What's New Pussycat, Lady Madonna, She's a Lady, Green Green Grass of Home, Delilah. Different, also re-recordings, sort of live. This was from, I can't remember this one. I think it was from a record shop. So it wasn't technically free, but it says a Just Music sampler. It's got a gatefold there, sort of displaying the tracks and the albums that are on the label, and that's the back as well. So that's sort of folds out. That's sort of nice. I think that's actually quite a nice image. Yes. Daily Mail Legends, Feet. Then you've got stuff like Meat Loaf, Fleetwood Mac, Not the Hoople, Roy Orbison, so on and so forth, Bob Dylan, Tony Bennett, all good. Janis Joplin. This was free with a DVD. Al Murray, the pub landlord. If you don't know who Al Murray is, well, Al Murray is an actor who plays a character called the pub landlord. The pub landlord is a kind of an ignorant, bigoted oaf. That's the joke. It's you either get it or you don't. Let's get a classical. So again, some really nice pieces of music on here. Elgar's Nimrod from the Enigma Variations. Junopody No. 1 from Eric Satie. Shines on de Matin by Elgar. There you got Dvorak's Allegretto from Symphony No. 8. So nice stuff on there. Very, very pleasant. And I'm not really describing classical. I love classical music, but I just, I don't want to get too technical on it. Let's Party. Sunday Mirror. It's a Locomotion. Blame It on the Boogie. Boogie Oogie Oogie. By A Taste of Honey. Oh yes, that classic. Play that funky music. Sun to Deliver. Adam and the Ants. All there. Mail on Sunday. Again, you got Madness Live. To the Edge of the Universe and Beyond, Part 1. It's a two-parter. I've got both parts. And then you've got that there. It's going to be a bit of a longer video than I planned, but I'm sure you'll manage. My first video was fairly long. Not so sure why I've got this, but I've got it, so I can't deny it. It's Barry Manilow. The very best of Barry Manilow. It's an incredibly short CD. Got half a track on it. And that's Silence. Yes, it's the very best of Barry Manilow. Can't Smile Without You. I think I could manage. The Daily Mail, or the Mail on Sundays edition of Paul McCartney's 2007 album Memory Almost Full. Good album, very good. And the Mail on Sunday with Paul McCartney live in Los Angeles at the Amoeba Records store, I believe, in Hollywood. Yeah, that's good. Moby, a night in NYC. He's got To Go and Ooh Yeah and Porcelain and all that. So that's, if you like Moby, that's a good one to look at. The Sunday Times presents music from the movies. So this is kind of it's classical music in the sense that it's orchestral stuff written by composers, but it's sort of also stuff composed specifically for films. So you've got main theme from Schindler's List by John Williams, Any Other Name for American Beauty by Thomas Newman. Lara's Theme by Dr. Zhivago by Maurice Jarre. Main Theme from Cinema Paradiso by Ennio Morricone. So yes, just interesting take. Tubular Bells, Mike Oldfield. Probably best known as the theme to The Exorcist. I think it's The Exorcist. Bits of it are anyway. On the Road, News of the World. This is, you've got Golden Earring and Jimi Hendrix and Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Yes, The Cult. So yeah, it's all good. Pavarotti, The Legend, in the Mail on Sunday. O Sole Mio, La Donna Mobile, Castello Care, sorry. Yeah. A Teo Cara. That's some Dormer, of course. That's all on that. That's Perfect Sunday double album. So I think I've only got both. No, I've only got the one. But that's that. That's the other thing. And you've got Sophie Ellis Bextor, Daniel Bedingfield, Eva Cassidy, Desiree, Dina Carroll. So yes. Pet Shop Boys story. Pet Shop Boys story. 25 years of hits. West End Girls. It's a Sin. What Have I Done to Deserve This? Go West. Flamboyant. Lots of things on there. The People, Poptastic. You got Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy. I know that feeling. Tony Christie, The Switch Amarillo. Magic by Pilot. Nothing's Going to Stop Us Now, Starship. So, but something's going to stop me soon because I'm toward the end. Prince, the Planet Earth album, which was released, I believe, free with the Mail on Sunday. Yeah, so it's a Prince album. It's alright. It's not bad. But I'm not a huge Prince fan. Queen, Rock You, which is live versions of songs, and I think there's some cast recordings from the musical We Will Rock You, which nobody wants. That's the second volume of the Remembering Lennon that I showed you earlier. So they're basically sort of cover versions of John Lennon songs with interspersed with interviews with John Lennon and that sort of thing. Cliff Richard, 50th anniversary. Yeah, 50th anniversary. Yeah. Move It, Congratulations. Carrie, She's So Beautiful. The Letter. Cliff Richard. Some stuff's good, some stuff's not so good. Rock Anthems. Mail on Sunday. Again. Got that again. Meat Loaf, T-Rex, Blondie, Brief, Motorhead. That sort of thing. So I just put that there. I've never showed you that. So it's all that. Daily Mail, Rocking All Over the World, which is that, and you got stuff by the Stranglers and Spencer Davis Group, the Supremes, Billy Ocean, Kissing the Sunshine Band, so on and so forth. Roxy Music, Mail on Sunday, 12 of their greatest ever hits. Got Virginia Plain, Do the Strand, Love Is the Drug, Angel Eyes, More Than This, Avalon. So that's good. Lazy Sunday, the Mail on Sunday. And here you've got Spice Girls, Katie Melua, Engelbert Humperdinck, Jamie Cullum, Dusty Springfield, Moody Blues, Ella Fitzgerald. So yeah, not a great compilation, but it'll do. The Mozart Collection, I've only got the one of these. The Sunday Telegraph. But what I've got contains the Magic Flute Overture, the Adagio from the Clarinet Concerto in A Major, Marriage of Figaro Overture. Yes, so very, very nice. From Mojo, a few months ago, The Children of Pepper, which is 15 tracks which are inspired by the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper album. Not really sure why that's necessary, but The Lovely Mara Carlyle, which I don't think was a free album, but I believe it was given to me by a fellow called Andrew Candle. Well, it was given to me or loaned to me indefinitely. I can't quite remember, but I've since lost touch with him. So, but yes, it's a lovely album. It's really nice, very pleasant. Lazy Days, Mirror, Dinah Washington, Billie Holiday, Acabilk, and then you got various pieces by Puccini, Vivaldi, Tchaikovsky, that sort of thing. So that's rather pleasant. Again, not a free album, but this got a track. This was a recording of a track that features my wife's name, Eloise, by Barry Ryan. It was recorded for her. So that's there. So that's Indie Icons. So got Jarvis Cocker on here, Antonia the Johnsons, Bella Sebastian, Baby Shambles. Antonia the Johnsons, of course, she's now a honey or something like that. She's now a woman. She's transgender woman. Which wasn't a surprise to anyone, especially if you hear sort of, for now I am a boy or something like that. You know for a while that was how she was feeling. And the soundtrack to The Sound of Music. Because why not? So there we are. That's that. So it's a bit long, this video. Sorry about that. More than I thought I had, probably. And I've been rambling on for quite some time. So yeah. So if you're interested in any of those, if you think that, I mean, I might do my sort of a proper sort of CD display at some point, but I'll probably do that in bits, sort of up to sort of 8 or whatever, and then carry on that way. To do that, I might do a DVD thing. I'll carry on with the Exploding Jukebox, whatever it is, the playlist thing. I'll sort that out and do that as well. I think they're doing other things, sort of Bible. I'm not saying I'm not religious, but I'd be interested to see if people are interested in me doing sort of a review of the Bible, the various books of the Bible. I think there are 66 books of the Bible, so I could do 66 separate reviews of the books and see how that goes on. So I write my own stuff as well, so I might do some readings of those. So there's plays, there's song lyrics, which I'll sort of read out rather than sing, sketches, all sorts of things. So all that to look forward to. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. It'd be great. I was hoping that I could sort of generate a little bit of cash from this early on, but apparently the YouTube terms and conditions have changed, and you need to have a minimum of 10,000 subscribers to get anywhere to be able to do that now, which is a little bit unfair, but I can kind of see why. Okay, so thanks for watching. I will see you again soon. Take care of yourselves. Ta-da!